Hardware.
Hello and welcome to Minecraft Xbox One Edition. I'm going to be touring my awesome build today, or at least I believe it's pretty awesome. It's sort of like a medieval city, but it's also got very like fantasy elements. You'll see what I mean shortly, but it is on the original Xbox One Edition, so you've got all the old villages, which I think are really nifty. The texture pack, uh, it is it's the fancy texture pack. I'm almost certain. If it's not, I'll correct myself on the screen. But I believe it's the fancy texture pack. So we're just going to go over this whole build. We'll look at it in depth. I'll do a quick flyover just to show. It's not actually too big, but it's got a lot of character. So we're going to definitely go over all of this. So we'll start here. I built the wall to the city first. I don't know why. I was just listening to music one day and I was playing Minecraft. I just really wanted to build like a big ass wall. So I did that. I started with this tower, and this is the immigration tower we're going to be looking at first. So I tried to make all the towers differently designed, different heights, different effects. But this is the immigration tower. So we're going to enter the city this way. We're going to go on foot, try and avoid the lava pool. So we'll go from this pathway here. But yeah, so this world, if you've watched, I did a city tour. I would highly recommend watching that if you haven't watched that, because that is by far my most impressive build. But this was more of a medieval city. I focused more so on having bigger, more impressive buildings than having a lot. But it's not done. I can't say I'll come back to the world. It's been a few months. But here we are. So there's a lot more characters. So we do have Ralph the Racist. The whole backstory to Ralph the Racist is he's the immigration officer who lets people into the city, but no one's been coming into the city. It's because his like little lever here doesn't work. So he can't actually let people in. I kind of made that. I put Ralph in, and I gave him this lever to open the door, and it just didn't work. So I thought that kind of makes for a bit of backstory. Yeah, it's just a bit of a boring office. We'll go upstairs. I think he's got his room. Oh, sorry, he's got his actual office up here, which is quite nice. I love the paintings in this version, this text pack. And here is his bedroom. Again, very nice. I do quite like the red and yellow theme I've got going on. He's got a nice view as well. You can see in the middle of there, actually, there's a bit of red. As I say, this world is unfinished. I sort of gave up and moved on to different projects. What's over here? I'm not going to lie, I can't really remember this bit. This is the walk around the city wall. I don't know how in detail I did this, but it goes through the mountain. It's quite nice. I think this is it. Yeah, this is it. So it's just a nice little bridge over the little canyon here. Nice waterfall. I'll try to include a nice natural element to everything. So let's head back into his office. And if we go out the other way, this is now walking across the actual wall. You see a bit more of the city. That's for later. That's for later. Well, actually, really quickly speed jump over here. So this is the second tower, which is quite nice. I can't actually remember what's this tower for. I think this is just the guards tower. We'll head on up. Yeah, this is the one with the empty middle. So we'll head on up first, which have a couple chambers to sleep in, cobwebs, little details like that. If we head up here, what's it? Oh, oops. It's quite difficult to get up ladders actually with an analog. There's nothing actually in this bit, but it is all lit up at night, so I will show it off in a second. But it's just a nice view of the city. Basically, I plan to do like a bit of a medieval fantasy world total. I'm on a small map, so this is the whole map. I'm on one of the original like small Xbox worlds. So the plan was to do like this red side, red and yellow, and they'd be fighting the blue, because you can get like the texture pack. They got blue ones. Where is it? They do in the second. There we go. So I was going to do the red versus the blue. So we're in the red side. There's an old map. Yeah, that actually is an old map, I think. So yeah, I was going to do the red versus the blues. But here we go. We're in the actual heart of the city now. Let me fly up and just... Oh, what does that say? Aubrey and Stephen Guard Tower, the favourites. Yes, that is right. I wanted to make a backstory for everything in this world. So this is... What are their names? Aubrey and Stephen. They were the favoured sons. They got the position in the nice big guard tower in the centre of the city, the heart of the city. If we go over to this is, I think actually to be fair, this is the first thing I ever built. This mini guard tower. I think it was actually a plan for another build that I wanted to do at a big scale. But I did like a mini version of it. And this was sort of like detached from the whole city. You have to catch this boat ride in if you want to get any goods and whatnot. So this was Burton Manuel's Guard Tower. Very unique names. Total kill 7. So these were the castaways. So he had four brothers. I was going to do like an old wooden shack on one of the hills, and that was going to be like the grandmother. I don't know, there could have been a werewolf thing going on there. But I wanted every building to have some sort of character, so I could remember it by. And this was the first thing I built. So, but it's the property of the goblins. So if we head on in, actually, I'll show you. It's just a standard guard tower from down here. Nice kitchen area. But yeah, the goblins have taken over. So I was going to do a goblin faction as well as the red and the blues. And if we go to the very top, I forget how tall this is as well. If we go to the very top, these are the goblins. Look at this, and they've killed them. They're dead. They're not even trapped. They're dead. They've locked them in the dungeon of the tower. But yeah, the builds are quite nice. I do try and limit the paintings because there's only a set limit on Xbox One Edition. But if we head out here, they do get like a nice little pond area, which again the goblins have taken over fully. Oops. Nice little tent area. So here are the goblins. This is their point. But again, I wanted to include a lot of nature in my builds, so I did do that. So this is sort of this was the first area I built, and I built the little docks, which led over there, which was quite nice. So it's still got a backstory. I was going to do the goblins hideout on this island. I never got around to it. I might come back to this world, maybe. I'm not sure. So boat design, they have an island in the middle with some treasure. It's got nothing in it. Okay. Yeah, I just love the world generation here. It looked like such a nice place to build a city. So anyway, we'll head back down to where we came out here at the tower. So this pathway, I do like the look of these pathways from above, but when you're actually walking on them, it's just a pain because you end up going down every single one. So I'm going to walk to the side. Actually, we'll fly. We have the ability to fly. But yeah, so nice. To be honest, it's just quite difficult to fill the space. Like these two buildings here, the boathouse and the sort of like weird shack. This is more so just to fill the space. But it does sort of come together in the end, and doing small things like this is good. I've never built in sand. Like, I've never built like a city or anything. I don't build medieval either. You'll see there's a factory over there. We'll get to that. It's not like a proper medieval city. It's more like just a fantasy sort of realm. We'll get to the bank in a second. But here we have the gardens. Again, I just needed to fill the space, and there wasn't enough room. Oh, I was going to put a statue in there. I was going to put in a building here, but there's just not enough room. I don't want to squash buildings down too much. So I built the gardens. I think they're quite nice. Just a simple build. Just filling in the space. What does that sign say I saw earlier? It did nothing. I guess I didn't name the gardens. But the pathways and stuff are obviously quite difficult to do. Because if you look at how complex... This is the main pathway. This is all brick and wood, and it's got sandstone on the outside. The pathways are really difficult. And I tried to give them all a unique shape, which I think worked out quite well. Looking at it again, I should have just taken this pathway all the way to the top. I don't know why I included this second bit. It's not really needed. I never actually built the full way through to the other side of the wall. We patched that back in. So this would be where the entrance would be to the city, like the main entrance for wagons and stuff, next to the immigration office. If we actually do head back in, there is an alleyway. It feels quite cozy. If we get through, you're right, Ralph. If you get through the immigration office, this is the walkway down here, which is quite nice. It's a little bit crammed, but it's nice enough. As I say, I just tried to challenge myself with everything I built in here. Like the wall, I'd never built a wall like with a walkway on that had such good design and with leaves on it. I never built in sand, so including stuff like cactus and trees and like even bits of wheat. These are wheat, if you can't tell. These are wheat growings. Even including stuff like that, it's been really good for me to learn how to do that. So we'll continue on. We'll get the last boring thing out of the way. This is the boathouse. Again, I just needed to fill the space, so I built this. It's quite a simple design. It's nice for a boathouse, though. It's not. It could be a lot more boring. It has got some personality to it. And if we go in, it does also have a story. As I say, I like to include a story with everything. So it's pretty normal, pretty rundown. You know what it was at the time I built this? I was actually playing Skyrim, and I was spending a lot of my time in Riften doing a challenge in Riften. What was I doing? What challenge was I doing? I was doing like I could only do stuff with gold sort of run, so I could only buy gear when I unlocked gold, and I couldn't sell stuff. So I was spending a lot of time in Riften then, so that sort of inspired me to build a nice wooden shack. And because of the skooma outbreak, I thought I'd build my own feckin' marijuana farm. Look at this. Boom. I gotta grow on. Oh, there's a rabbit down here. You know, he can watch the grow. Yeah, we got to grow on. This is the supply. This is where all of the rest is. We did it, boys. We finally built a marijuana farm in Minecraft. But yeah, so that's what happens when you play too much Skyrim. You end up building Riften-related builds. I don't know what. I planned on doing something here. I can't remember what, full truth be told. There's not much room. So let's go over the Emerald Bank. This is, to be honest, I think this is my favorite build on the world. It took me a surprisingly long time to build. Not because it's overly, like, difficult. It's just because I'd never built like this. This was on... Is it the last time? No, it's the time... it was one time I went to Paris. I think it was the second time. I don't know. I just got really inspired to build like a Parisian-style building. I didn't want to build it too big. So I just built a pretty small one. But with all the design on this texture packet, I think it came out really nicely. And the whole theme of this is... it's just the Emerald Bank. We will go over some of the stories, but I really do like it. The sort of banisters... It's the French architecture. I don't know, maybe it's just because at the times I'd been before, I wasn't old enough to appreciate just how amazing some of these builds were in Paris. So I think maybe that's what sparked it. But yeah, it's got its own spin on it with the dark oak or the spruce, whatever. I think it looks quite nice. Yeah, it's got a nice little side bit, some roof. Let's go inside because I actually have built an interior for everything so far. So the Emerald Bank. Let's head on in. I've never built the interior of a bank, which was quite cool. I tried to inspire it sort of off of GTA, the bank they have there. So it's sandstony. It's got the big vault back here with all the tellers helping out. To the left, we actually have the Cactus Cafe. This is a cafe which sells cactus drinks only. This was the little bubble. So what do they have on the menu? This has got a purpose. I'll explain. So the Prickly Pear Paradise, the Desert Bloom Delight, and then the Barrel Cactus Bliss. And that's the Barrel Cactus Bliss you can see right there. It's all green. I think I thought I had someone selling the stuff. Oh, I did. Yeah, we have Cactus... Ooh. Yeah, we have Cactus Jack. This is the freezer. Yeah, we have Cactus Jack, and basically, the bank is currently being robbed. I'll show you. The vault is officially being robbed. That's the whole gimmick here. But the actual emeralds, they're just taking them to distract the guards. This is the true. This is what they want. The cactus, Cactus Jack's homemade cactus, because apparently it makes the best coffee in all of I don't know, the world. So they're trying to steal the cactus. I never got around to finishing it. There's a common theme here, but this was going to be the ship. Cactus Tom's pirate ship. We're gonna have Cactus Tom, Cactus Jack's brother, who is stealing it. Because it's rightfully his, he believes. And then I was going to build like a pirate ship, and they were going to be exporting it. And they were going to do like a whole bank robbery for the cactus. So that's the Cactus Cafe. I'll show you the vault back here. You enter from behind the stairs. This is just a little boring teleport with some bank stores and whatnot. Nothing too interesting. I tried to do a bubble elevator, but it didn't work. I kind of forgot it doesn't work in this version. I think you need kelp. So I just couldn't be asked to get rid of it, so it's an elevator. So yeah, if you come behind the stage, you can get to where the tellers are. And then we go into the vault. Now to get into the vault, you just have to walk through here. I can't lie. I couldn't figure anything else out. And here it is, the Emerald Vault. Ooh, look how nice it is. But as I say, it's being robbed. Whoa, look at what's going on. So they're robbing the vault from back here. But this is just the ploy to steal the cactus. They don't care about the emeralds. This is... Oh my days, I forgot I built a lighthouse. How did I forget that? That was the last thing I built. I'll go over that really quickly. So yeah, here's the sort of back of the bank. You know what, let me finish the bank and we'll come back here. I completely forgot about the lighthouse. Let's go. I'll speed things up a little bit. I'm going extraordinarily slow. It's all these damn stories. So if you come up the stairs, you got the upstairs bit. Just nice. Trying to figure out how to do interiors. And there's no backstory here. I just wanted to add in random. This is Jim and Jimmy's office. Oh, that's right. Jim's actually the good employee. Jim works. Jim's office is normal. And Jimmy he's big on the nether and potions. He's big on potions. See, again, there's no real story to this. There's no background history. I'm just simply going over. I just wanted to have fun whilst I was building all these things. And then over here we've got Jimin's and James's office. Jimin is dead. Jimin is absolutely dead. I forgot Jimin died. So Jimin's dead. And James's office, okay, I got a bit lazy with this. James likes water, I guess. Okay. Security room. Nothing too much going on in here. Just some really nice painting, by the way. Just some security. You have Bruno the Hungry. It's the guard dog that won't look at me right now. There we go. There you go, Bruno. And then we also have Mr. Green's office. It's the first emerald the bank ever made. If we head in here, it's like a nice... It's a bit cramped, I can't lie. It is a bit cramped, but you have Mr. Green's office. He's got the ender head, ender chest. He's the owner of the bank. He's the owner of the bank. There is also an upstairs bit. I built this after watching Harry Potter for the first time. I just wanted to build like a big library section. So to be honest, there's nothing really here. There's just a lot of books and a lot of cobwebs. But I think it's quite nice. It gets the job done. I'm actually going to fly out of the window because I don't want to walk all the way down those stairs. So there we go. That's the Emerald Bank. It's quite nice. I like it. Yeah, I'd never built a building like that, and I think it came along quite well. I didn't finish the outside, but the main building got done. So let's head over to this lighthouse. I forgot I built this. So yeah, come across the thingy, blah blah blah. Some waterfalls. I put a big flag on there just because I thought it looked quite nice. So the lighthouse. I don't think the lighthouse actually has an interior. I may be wrong, but I'm almost certain I'm not. I just wanted to build a lighthouse. Oh, actually, is there? Oh, there is. I was absolutely wrong. I forgot I did an interior. So a very bit. I clearly had something going on with fireplaces. This takes you into the actual lighthouse. Oh, it's a bit lazy. That's what I forgot. So okay? I can actually fly. Bedroom standard. Another bedroom. Okay, yeah, that's why I forgot the lighthouse interior. Because it's very boring. So that is the lighthouse. To be honest, I wanted to get over that quickly. I didn't even remember I built it. That's how forgettable it was. Sorry, lighthouse. It's not very good looking, is it? It's a bit small. It's fine. It's fine. It gets the job done. So this is the second thing I ever built. Before any of the roads were put in. And I had such a struggle with this roof. I didn't know if I should do it flat. I originally had it as like a castle, so no point. And then I added the point, and it just became a whole ordeal. So let's head on in. It's the blacksmith. You get a little blacksmithing area out back. So what's it called? I can't remember what it's called. It's called Uncle Roger's Blacksmithing and Co. That doesn't actually make sense, but sure. And it just sells a bunch of blacksmithing goods. Helmets, buttons, I guess. They sell weapons, pressure plates, armor, horse armor. This is Uncle Roger himself in the flesh. Look at this. We also have a stock room back here. Nothing much going on in there, truth be told. But yeah, it's just a little blacksmith area. We have his workspace back here. Bit of storage. Let's head on up the stairs. It's quite difficult to do interiors because I really do struggle with them. So I tried to incorporate big open spaces instead of blocking them all off. This is his workstation. This is where he lives. This is his little kitchen and sitting room. Again, a fireplace. I don't know what was going on with all these fireplaces. You have his bedroom. And yes, I do remember this. I really like this. You have the bedroom. And then, oh, that's a nice view. Wow. You have the bedroom and it leads on into the sort of like a library of the house. Again, this was before the Emerald Bank, so I just wanted to build a library. I don't know why. This powers the windmill. I mean, I don't know if you can tell, but I don't know how windmills work, so I'd imagine they're not powered by electronics. I'd imagine they're powered by, you know, the bloody wind. But whatever, this is how it spins. This is how it rotates. I don't know. I don't know how windmills... Who knows how windmills work? No one knows that. And then he's just got a big bloody dining table upstairs, which I'd imagine would be very noisy if the windmills were there. So that's the blacksmith. There is also a bit around the back. I'll show you the build off properly. Just nothing. Just a bit more storage. That's the chimney to the fireplace. But I do like this. It's actually nether brick stairs. I want to try a different challenge with everything on this world. So the challenge with this was I built this middle part out of cobblestone and stone. I built that first and I just added 2 additions at different layers. And I wanted it to all come together. And I think it did. They've got a farm, they've got a bit of ivory, the big windmill was a final addition. I never planned to put the windmill part in there. I just ended up doing it because it looked cool. So with everything, that was new. I'd never built a wall that big. I'd never built like a weird layered thing. So I did that. Incorporated a bit of nature as well, and it all turned out rather lovely, if you ask me. So if we follow the main road around, which again takes bloody ages to build, I actually changed it from sandstone to dark oak when we got to the grass. And the reason there's an absolute straight portion was because I wanted to build something on the straight bit, like a wagon, or I wanted to build some bunting, or just something. I wanted to leave that option open because there's nowhere to really incorporate that. So I wanted a bit of straight land. These were plans for roads to head off. I was going to do the old woman's house up on that bit of grass there. That was going to lead you to the castle, which was going to be incorporated. It's going to be huge. It's going to connect these two with a big bridge. The castle was going to be insane. And I might still do that, because I do kind of want to build a castle. So if we just follow the road around, I really like the... Oh, it takes so long to build these roads, but they do look good in the end. So follow this round. We've got the big tree. Again, I didn't know what to put here. There wasn't enough space to put a building in. So I put in the tree of life. Just a big old spruce tree. And if you come around the spruce tree, you come down to the market space. And the market space is really cool. I've tried to add as much character as possible to the market space. So they're all different, like shapes, sizes. They've all got their own themes, which we'll be exploring. And just adding in bits like the wood, the cauldrons around the place, the hay bales. Trying to fill it up so it doesn't just look bland. That's what I was trying to do here. And I think it did turn out quite well. So let's go from here. Let's see. The first stall is Daisy's Flower Pot Coffee Shop. And I'm almost certain this comes from somewhere else. I want to say Stampy. I'm not sure where Flower Pot Coffee Shop comes from, but that was ingrained in my head. And it doesn't even sell coffee. That's how ingrained it was in my head. This is just a flower store. There's Daisy herself. She's not looking too clever if you ask me. But yeah, I don't know where that's come from. It's just I've heard Flower Pot Coffee Shop before. So I've included it. I didn't get rid of it. But yeah, it's just a flower store. This is a nice little crane. I stole the idea off of Instagram, definitely. There's no way I managed to build that. So around here we have the... What's this? The Greasley Arms Forge, which was established in 2024. So this is quite a recent build. Look at that guy's bag. Erin Left Hand. You could tell I was playing a lot of Skyrim at the time. Selling some helmets and oars. This is his sort of shabam. It's quite nice. Oh, he's got pickaxes as well for sale. Next to my man, you've got Fire and Ice Blacksmiths. Ooh. You have two blacksmiths next to each other. Bit of controversy there. And again, they just sell helmets for horses, that's meant to be. And just other stuff. There you got the fire and ice there. I thought you could put lava in a cauldron. But it turns out you can't, so that's just red water. Which I was shocked at. I swear you used to be able to do that. Jumping across, I thought I'd change this one up with a bit of an awning, which looks nice. This is... Oh, that's the sign. This is the Green Thumb Experience. This is like a veg stall. They sell pumpkins and mushrooms and all that sort of stuff. But you can actually see it grown. I love this so much. And there's no added bone meal, so like no preservatives. I thought that was so clever. I think it is clever. I still think it's clever. I don't know what I'm talking about used to. I still think that's clever. So if we come back over here to the meat stall, we have Pete's Butcher Stall. Did I not have a... I didn't. I did have villagers in all of these, but they just despawned for some reason. Like, they can't get out of these stalls. I don't know how they managed to. But they just despawned. So yeah, Pete's Butcher Stall. That is Butcher Pete himself. And this is a long-lasting joke between me and my buddy. This is Porky. He's been captured. They're about to eat him. They got some rotten meat on the back as well. That's not good. So, I don't know. You can make your own backstory there. Maybe all the meat's, gone foul and the pig's just there for display. Whatever. You can make up your own shabam. This is The Grand Bookshop by Lyman Schmidt. Lyman Schmidt is gone. He despawned. Bookshop. We really like knowledge in this city. We have personal libraries in the bank. Maybe that's not a library, actually. I don't know. Forget it. Ignore the bit. And then so that's this bit of the market. That's my favorite bit. But you do also have this little section here. So let's go over this. I hate these stalls, I can't lie. This is Reading's Music Stall of Great. Named after Otis Redding, the single best musician on the planet. Musical artist, I should say, not musician. And this one, I sort of lost my mind. I ran out of ideas. Full honesty, I ran out of ideas. So this is Cheese's Cheesy Cheese Cheddars. They sell cheesy apples, cheesy bars, melted cheese, cheese, whatever. It's just a cheese store. They sell a bunch of cheese. They're meant to be. This is all meant to be cheese. I ran out of ideas, and this is my single-handed favorite store. Look how awesome this store looks. Oh, it's so cool. I just love it. It works out so well. You got a creeper. This guy does have a name. What's he called? Steve. Okay. I guess I just did that so he didn't despawn. You got the creeper trap. This is... Who's this? What do I even know what it's called? The Little Hut of Spells. Free toad with every buy. So that's pretty cool. I just love it. It looks so awesome. The whole like theme of it. I was a big fan of that. We have the bakery, which hasn't got a name. I guess I finished this one. Just a pretty basic bakery stall. Nothing much. I started running out of ideas if you couldn't tell. The sturdy old oak sapling store, which is quite nice actually. It looks a bit overgrown. You can imagine it in person being quite chaotic, which is nice. And where is the last store, which actually is quite cool? The fishmonger's stall. So you can imagine there's fish in all of these fish tanks. All kinds of fish you could ever want and need. And its own personal dock to fish off of. That was the market. It never... See, this is the thing. I feel so stupid for saying this. I feel like I've said it with every build. It never got finished. I wanted to add in a ship here. But the main part of it is done, to be fair. I wouldn't have done much more. Because actually, I built this on my old Xbox. And it actually started to lag the Xbox out. Like, I couldn't really play it when I was down at the market. Obviously, I'm running at a smooth 60 or whatever, 70 frames per second on the Xbox One X now, which I can't complain about. I'll go over this. The lighthouse wasn't the last thing I built. This was. I never finished this. I was trying to build a big grand cathedral because I realized I'd never built a cathedral in Minecraft, like a big scale one. So I wanted to build out of sandstone. And to be fair, it looks okay. It's definitely interesting. I tried to style it a bit off of Oblivion with a bit of elements from Skyrim as well. So I think it came together okay. Just not great. And I never added in the fine details around back. Because I wanted to add in, there was going to be an underground bit. I wanted to do like, this back section was going to have a big T. Like it was going to go out further. And I was going to do it. I had big plans that I never got around to doing. But this was, like you can see actually, I laid it out. I was going to do like the back bit a bit further out. I was going to do a separate tower here. But it came, the front bit was pretty much finished. And it looks okay. It could have been so much better. I kind of got a bit lost with the shape. And that's, I think, what ultimately made me give up. Because I was looking at that and I was looking around and I was just like, I can't be bothered to build in this world anymore. But it did do its job of, it taught me a few new building techniques and lessons. And this was going to be the pathway in. Big doors. I was going to build a proper interior. It was going to be nice, but as I said, I just never got around to finishing it. I never fully enjoyed it. Maybe one day. Maybe one day, eh? I don't know. Jesus, I've been recording for 30 minutes. Oh, I shouldn't say Jesus near the cathedral, actually. I'll do this. Is the last build now anyway, so should be quick. This is the factory, my most controversial build for me. It's a chocolate factory. Again, I just built whatever I wanted to within the medieval, like, fantasy realm. So it's a chocolate factory. It looked okay. I tried to build on like 2 separate pieces of land. That was the whole theme. The wheel, I never finished the wheel. Shocker, I didn't finish something. But yeah, overall it came together all right from the outside and the inside. I'll let you be the judge of that in a second. So yeah, this is the chocolate factory. To be fair, actually, it does look quite nice. It was quite nice building this. Another crane, by the way. It's quite nice building this because this was when all that lolcow live, like buggy faking cancer was coming out. So I was just watching that in the background. I know it's all fake or whatever. I don't care. Whatever. I was watching a series at the time whilst building it, so I have good memories of doing this. I was trying to get really experimental with the birch and doing that. So let's have a look inside. It is a fairly nice interior, considering I don't build interiors often. It's just got a bunch of... Obviously, this is all melted chocolate. It is a chocolate factory. I wanted it to look quite chaotic, which I think it did. This is sort of the back door. This is where they actually smelt and cook all the chocolate up. It's the big furnace room in here. This is the side entrance. I think it's staff only. Yep, staff only. Where's the actual staircase up? I thought it was here. Oh, no, I remember. So yeah, you can come into this next section 2 ways. But this is the main heart of the factory. This is where all the chocolate's made. They pump the water out, which there's TNT in the bomb. Why could there be TNT in the bomb? You'll find out in a second. So they're pumping all the water around. As I say, it doesn't actually link up to anything. I just wanted it to look cool, like, and look chaotic. And I think I did that well. But yeah, there's a bunch of TNT. What's going on with that? Introducing the actual chocolate. Boom, you've got the milk chocolate bomb fizzle. This is the standard. This is what they've always sold. You have the Mega Blast bar. You have the rabbit dropping cocoa bits. And their brand new boom bar. It's like the original bomb fizzle, but more explosive. So that's why there's TNT in all of the water. They put TNT in the chocolate. Not in like a bad way, not in like a terrorist way, in like a nice way. Oh my days, how did you get here? This is who should be in that bookstall I was talking about earlier that I really liked. Okay, you know what? You can stay here. I don't know how she managed to get out. Can they throw Ender Pearl? No. I don't know how she got out, but she can stay here. So yeah, that's why there's a bunch of TNT. And this just leads to the upstairs section, which is just full of offices, really. There's nothing more to it. Another furnace room, I guess. But yeah, that's pretty much the factory. I think there is one more section up here, but I don't think there's anything special. Oh, how have I done that? How have I missed? Yeah, this just takes you to where the wheel was going to be finished. Yes, that's the factory. And to be honest, that actually concludes the whole thing. I don't know how I've managed to go on about this. My recording time's 33 minutes. I don't quite know how I've gone on that long, because there's really not that much here. I guess there is an interior to everything and a backstory, but I do apologise for yapping too much. But then again, if you're here, you must have enjoyed that yap to some extent. This is the world at night now. Just everything is lit up. Well, almost everything. The lighthouse is definitely lit up. Yeah, so I might come back to this world, because it is quite impressive. I don't hate any of the builds with a passion. I just feel like I could have done better with a lot of them. So yeah, that's it for this video, and have a good one.
I'm on the move, can't stop me if you try. Coasting on now, baby, it's just me, myself, and I. Cause I'm on the move, every step is by design. It's only up from here till the moment I die.
I've been on the move, I never saw myself ever coming so far. Taking small steps, I was trying to find my groove. Yeah, I know that I was off to a really slow start, but now I'm running. Never looking back, I'm going towards where the sun is. Even if it blinds me, I find peace inside. Keep my eyes on the prize till I'm holding it above me.